mechanical toy.
Hello once again, my people, it is I, Vid, being a little bit quiet, because it is like 11 o'clock at night, and I have family members trying to sleep, but let's be honest, they're probably not. But we are going to continue all of our dates, because Jax is a good boy that we all love, so let's go ahead and just, like, call him up real quick, just, like, give a nice something. After we parted ways, I walked back to my place. Jax was definitely an interesting guy, but I couldn't shake that feeling that there was more going on that I was aware of. I must have been lost in my thoughts when I came to the door because Kobe almost immediately pounced on me. Please tell me that you're wearing something. Yes, you're wearing something. I was wondering when you were going to get back. You took so long, I had to assume that it was more than coffee, so tell me everything. Needy. For a small guy, Kobe always managed to catch me off guard. I settled him down and we sat at the table. It was just a date, okay? I admit it was a date. Are you happy now? Kobe beamed. He almost knew I was hiding something, even when I didn't. So, Dish, tell me, what did you two lovebirds do? We're not in love. I could feel my face heating up as Kobe continued to grin like a Cheshire cat. I'd better tell him something or he'll never leave me alone. We shared a muffin, we saw a movie, we just talked. I mean, like... might as well, like, say something. Right. We saw a movie. The Eastwood was just down the street, so we grabbed tickets for a matinee. We just had some popcorn and enjoyed ourselves. That's it. Really? Just a movie? No kisses in a darkened room or maybe reaching for some popcorn because you're blushing awfully hard for just a movie. Shut the fuck up, Kobe. I'm not gonna let you live your... That's a word. Oh my god. I'm not gonna let you live vicariously through me, Kobe. Besides, don't you get enough dates yourself? But it's you. I haven't seen you go out and have fun in, like, forever. I want to hear about it because I'm your bro. I like knowing you're happy. He just gave me the puppy dog eyes and I just melted. Kobe was always there for me. When I wanted to hang out or just needed to talk, I wasn't fair to hold back. Alright. We had coffee, we went to a movie, and we kissed. Nothing with tongue or anything, just a peck. So, what's he like? I know lots of people in the bar really like him. He's always so enthusiastic and flirty and so cute. I'd be jealous. He was different at the start. Much quieter and more reserved. I wonder if I did something wrong at first. Nah. He's probably just like you and doesn't go out much. I mean, he's at a bar almost every night until 3. Not that I stay up that late, of course. Liar. You stay up that late. Of course. I was hoping it was just like first date jitters. I know I was feeling a little anxious. Still do, even afterwards. It was like I met a different person. Well, that just means you need to see him again so you get to know him better. You are going to see him again, right? I mean, we set a date, so like... Yeah, we talked for a while after the movie, and I suggested dinner over at the place around the corner. I've been wanting to try it for a while now. Ooh, romantic. Candlelight dinner, maybe some wine. Shut the fuck up, Kobe. He immediately broke down into giggles. I felt my cheeks flush, and I glowered at him until he stopped. Sorry. Oh, with that little squiggly. You're not sorry at all. Sorry. I'm just really happy for you. It's so cute thinking about you two together. You're not helping me feel any less awkward about this, you know. Kobe continued to barrage me with questions about my first date until I managed to distract him with his own romantic life. As he went on... Wow, okay. I should probably read before I, like, read out loud. As he went on and on about his conquest, I found myself half listening. Part of me kept thinking back to Jax, the kiss at the theater, and the chat at the coffee shop before it. I might be a little rusty at dating, but there's something Jax isn't telling me. Even more revealing, I wanted to know what it was. Seeing the look on his face, watching him brighten a shade or two, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I hadn't felt this way about someone in a long time. Hello? I was paying attention! No, you weren't. You're a million miles away. Likely with someone else. He was right, of course. It seems like Jax made more of an impression than I thought. But still, it wasn't any good to dwell on it. I couldn't compress my entire dating life into a single day. Let's just do something else. I need to distract myself for a while. Ooh, what if we... Fortunately, Kobe was more than willing to distract me, as were a number of chores I had been neglecting. Between getting my backside whipped at video games, cleaning up our messes, and grabbing something for dinner, it was after 10 and I was too tired to worry. Kobe said some quick goodbyes as he ducked out the door in his club gear, and I flopped into bed. Hey, look at that! That's the exact time that it is. Like, no joke. It is 11. It's basically 11 o'clock. It was nearly midnight when my phone started ringing. I forgot to silence it before passing out, and I struggled to grab it from the nightstand. Blinking myself away, I swiped an answer to held the phone to my ear. Oh, let's just do it with, like, my phone. Hello? I couldn't hear anything on the other end for a moment, save for... This is fucking stupid. I couldn't hear anything on the other end for a moment, save for a roaring crowd and at least a dozen background conversations. It sounded like someone was trying to talk to me, but I could only hear snippets above the din. Finally, I heard some sounds of a movement in the door opening. The background noise grew muffled, and I could barely make out the voice. Can you hear me now? Jax? Why are you calling in the middle of the night? Is something wrong? There was a pause, longer than really felt comfortable. At first I thought that the connection had dropped, but I soon heard a resigned sigh from the other end. One of the bartenders got sick and can't work for the rest of the week. I didn't want to tell you like this, but I didn't have a chance to step away until now. I don't get a real meal break until later. Oh no, Jax literally sounds like me. Oh, because I go in all the time because, like, somebody else can't go in. And I usually, like, don't eat. Oh god, Jax is literally me. My heart sank a little. Was this real, or was he just backing off again? I found myself getting a little angry at him until I realized he wouldn't be calling me in the middle of the night just to keep me at arm's length. I'm sorry. I really am. I was looking forward to it. It's been forever since I last had a nice sit-down meal. I usually have to make do with whatever I can reheat in the kitchen from last night. Are you at the club? You're still at work right now, right? That's gotta be rough. Yep, just had a gaggle of sorority girls come into the door. Oh, man. Sorority girls are something. Oh, God. They're something. They're seriously diminishing our toothpick and plastic sword supply. I couldn't help but laugh as Moon seemed to brighten up the response. We joked a little bit more about his work and impending rush fruity drink orders. The only way I could get time to call was to sneak back here and slice up more pineapples and watermelons. Sounds like you got a pretty serious case of Thirsty Thursday there. Thirsty Thursday. I don't envy you that, to be sure. I've almost cut myself twice, and that was just on the limes. Yikes! Cuts with lime in it? Oh, that's not... Ooh, painful. Still, I didn't want to leave you wondering what happened to me, and I certainly didn't want to stand you up. I appreciate that. Would have been bad if I already made reservations. Fortunately, they don't take calls after 10 p.m. It's not just that. The movie earlier, the coffee... It was nice. You're an easy person to be around, and I haven't had that in a long time. Careful, I'm not that easy. I need dinner and a movie first. Maybe some flowers and chocolates too. He chuckled for a moment and seemed about to speak when I heard the music pouring into the background, someone shouting over the din, and Jax called back to them. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. Not tonight, it seems. Guess I'll have to pick up those flowers and chocolates after my shift. I hate to cut it short on that, but I gotta go. Jax scrambled to end the call and left me sitting upright in my bed, staring at my phone. All the anxiety I've been having from before seemed so silly now. He wanted to see me again. He even said that he did. Who knows when we're gonna have the chance, though. I thought I'd try to call him back. Maybe he could steal away for a moment or two and we could have lunch or something tomorrow. He isn't picking up. Maybe he can't hear his phone, or maybe he's busy. I suppose I could always just drop by the club, which we're gonna do because, you know what? If he's like super busy, I know that like I always usually get super busy at work, and where I'm just like I have to cancel some plans because I'm like always there. So I'm just, you know, it's nice when somebody actually comes to visit me and, you know, wants to hang out during my shift. Like I had that done once with one of my coworkers where like they just kind of came into the work. I was about to go on my break, so I just like hang out at my office, and like they came towards me, or like they came with me, and then we just kind of like talked about like bullshit for like a good half hour. So like yeah, it's nice for somebody to actually like come by and like talk to somebody on like break or at work or something. I don't know where I'm going with this. I am relating too much to this game. If we couldn't find the time to do it, then I needed to make time to see him again. He mentioned a meal break and didn't sound thrilled about his food options. Maybe I should grab something to bring. I got myself together and headed towards the door. The only question was what to bring. Between me and the club were a few choices that were open this late. Yeah, where I live, basically everything is closed now. Basically, my work just closed like 11 minutes ago, so like... I got myself together and headed towards the door. The only question was what to bring. Between me and the club were a few choices that were open this late. Burger Wolf, Dragon's House of Noodles, Mia Amor, and Favor's Curries. When I was playing through this, I did Burger Wolf before, and it was just like regular fast food, but it was like, it's fast food. Let's go with this one, I don't know. Mia Amor was probably the most expensive option, but nothing says romantic dinner like some hearty Italian. I picked up a big order of spaghetti and some garlic bread. I figured simple would be the best and the lightest in my wallet. That said, the meatballs was heaven. I just hope you like extra Parmesan. With traffic being almost non-existent, it was easy enough to get to the club in record time. After wrestling with the car to slip in the only space remaining, I hoofed it to the front door and made my way inside. Are we gonna see our brother here at some point? No, you were not freezing. You were not freezing on me. Okay, good, awesome. The place was packed from wall to wall, and I could barely hear anyone over the music in the crowd. Team sorority girls, Jackson mentioned, invited a few more friends over throughout the night. Hey girls, it's fresh. Oh my god, she is like, ooh, she is going to put that down her cleavage and just like lick it all up and be like, oh god, my headphones. Hey girls, it's fresh meat and not a bad looking one at that. Ooh, take off your top. I sputtered in place as the girl bounced in front of me, sloshing her drink around. It was pretty clear from her expression that it wasn't her first. Come on, cut loose. Woo! Oh my god. Titty attack. We're all here to party. You should come join us. I just know Monique would be into you. Oh wait, here.
Hi, I just want to say like a little message for you and anybody else who doesn't know this.
I'm fucking gay as shit. Thank you. That's been a public service announcement. I tried to bow out, shouting over the noise as she began to tug on my arm and yank me in the direction of their booth. I desperately looked around for Jax or anybody else I could recognize as she pulled me into the table scattered with shot glasses. Shots! 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 Ooh, ah! There's nothing in this. This is a pint glass too, so like whatever. As I was about to down one just to get them to let go, one of the other bartenders from last night tapped me on the shoulder. He gave me a wink and nudged me back as he laid out the whole new array of beverages for the enthusiastic crowd. They seemed to forget about me for the moment and snagged each of their alcoholic fruit salads off the tray. Me. I can't tell right now if I can block something out. That's some design shit, bitch, that you need to fix. Sorry about that. They've been getting a little rowdy. Follow me. The two of us made our way through the club and back to the main bar. He lifted a small separator and ushered me past it and through the swinging kitchen door. While it was a bit darker back here, it was also much quieter. There, now I don't have to shout. You're Andres, right? Jax has been complaining about having to work tomorrow since the start of his shift. He told us you might be dropping by. Seems like he's pretty fond of you. Oh, he likes us. Not as great as Dustin, but he likes us. I'm sorry, Dustin's always going to be my favorite. He's always going to be my favorite lion boy. He gave me a bit of an elbow nudge as I stammered back at him. I don't expect his coworkers to be so aware of his dating life. I just tried to smile and not feel too awkward about someone knowing more about me than I did about them. Yeah, well, we hit it off pretty well. Good to see him dating again. Been trying to bury himself in work for so long. Heck, it's just his luck that the one day he's asked off this week is when Mitch gets sick. Why? Okay, oh my god. I don't know if it's just like a relatable thing to everybody else, but Jax is literally me. I can't go out there, I can't date or anything because I work so much. And now it's going to be even harder because now since I'm like working at the same time, I'm also going to school, which means where it's just like it's just going to be busier for me and I'm going to literally die of stress, but like what can you do? He leaned me back to an empty prep table in the back of the kitchen. A couple of abused bar stools served as chairs. He motioned to one and smiled. I'll let him know you're back here. Whoa, okay. After I got settled, he stepped back out into the club. My head was spinning. In 5 minutes, I learned more about Jack's past than I had over our whole first date. Still, his initial reaction to me outside the bar made a little more sense. Though I still don't know what had actually happened. I started unpacking what I bought, grabbing a few dishes from the clean stack near the dishwasher and setting them up on the table. I just poured us each a glass of water when Jax walked in. It had clearly been a long night for Jax, and a chipper attitude was waning and his stomach was audibly rumbling. Made me wonder if I had a chance to grab something to eat since this morning. Or if he'd have anything. I hate to be blunt, but I'm starving. Do you mind if we just jump in? Do I have to blur yours out? Like, yours isn't as revealing? I'll look at it. I'll figure it out when I look back at the footage. Not at all. I nibbled at my food while Jax wolfed his down. I asked him about his day and how he was doing now, and the two of us exchanged pleasantries as we ate. I still couldn't put what the other bartender had said out of my head, nor the awkwardness of him knowing my name without knowing his. Jax must have sensed it, and he set down his food and smiled. Ooh, much better! Sorry, but if I didn't get something to eat, I tend to collapse around this point. Spaghetti? Did you have an ulterior motive? Sneaking kisses across the table or something? Jax! No, I just want to do it because I love you! If that was my intention, I wouldn't have gotten the garlic bread. True enough. Either way, it's better than reheated mac and cheese for the third night in a row. Thanks. Me. I swear, I'm just gonna make a compilation of just like me just saying me all the time. Sitting across the table, my mind wandered back to what the other bartender said. It seemed clear that Jax was at least interested in me, so why was he so quiet when we first met? I don't want to pry, but I had to know. Jax, I needed to ask you something. It's been bothering me for a while now. I hope that didn't capture. Oh, my knee hurts a little bit now. What's that? Yesterday, you were a different person at the start. Quiet, reserved, unsure. Here, though, you're a showman. Your coworker mentioned that you hadn't been dating for a while. I just... This isn't really my forte when it comes to, like, dating. I don't like to try to, like, pry in and, like, get to know someone, like, super deep at first. So I'm just gonna say... Never mind. You wanna know why I was acting that way? Why I was standoffish? I do. I know it's silly, but this is the first time I've been dating in a while. It seems like there's something going on, and I'm worried it's me. Wow, me. Couldn't be further from the truth. Fact is, you're only the second guy I've dated. Second? A boy who you sleeping with. Really? Considering how often you get hit at working here? I'd just be overwhelmed with that many people wanting to hook up with me. He chuckled and shook his head, looking back up at me with a smile. Like I said before, I'm not in it for the one-night stands. I like the romance too. That's why I've mostly dated women before. It's easier to wine and dine them, go out dancing and have a good time. I feel like guys have different expectations, at least in my experience. Expectations? Regardless, what do you think I want out of this that you're scared of? The first guy I was with was back in college. Driven guy. Very ambitious. He got straight A's in all of his classes, bitch I wish. Involved in nearly every group in campus, and bitch I wish. He wound up tutoring me in math, bitch I wish. He got to know each other, and then one night he leans over and kisses me full on the lips. He blushed and rubbed his cheek slightly, glancing between the table and the floor to hide his expression. Of course, his scales were already begun to shift into a ruddier hue. It wasn't really a aha, I'm gay moment. I know I like both, but it was intoxicating. It was like being new to the whole thing again. We were tight throughout our last 2 years of school. He'd always take me out to fancy places, buy me stuff. It was fun in a sort of materialistic way. It's nice to get pampered and taken care of sometimes. Why would that worry you so much? Even if it does, I'm unemployed, so it's probably boxed wine and more mac and cheese in our future. He chuckled for a moment, smiling over at me before his expression faded and his scales darkened. I've been working odd jobs to help pay tuitions and other costs. Mostly waiting jobs at restaurants, since tips could get me the extra cash I needed for my day-to-day stuff. After a while, I found I really liked it. The showmanship, performing in front of an audience. That was pretty clear the first time I met you. I've never met anybody more comfortable with being the center of attention than you. I should just cosplay Jax. I should just, like, get myself a fursuit, cosplay Jax, get all of the attention. Cosplay Queen. He grinned as he shifted to a more solid blue, playfully adjusting his tie. The smile fell a little, and a sigh passed his lips as he continued. He didn't, though. Said it was a waste of time, that I'd never make any money that way or go anywhere important. That's when the fight started. I broke it off and we went our separate ways. I went back to girls and he, last I heard, was off in New York somewhere with a law firm or an investment bank or something. So branching out a little, dating that guy, kind of threw you for a loop? It's not that. It's just that he was my first and I guess I assumed most guys were just going to be like him. Working in a bar, I found how most guys approached women and figured that was the norm. So I just dove into what I loved. I get to flirt here and there, maybe have dinner with an attractive woman or guy, and not get judged for doing what I want to with my life. I guess you're just the first guy to come along since then, so I'm kind of learning more that how he used to be isn't exactly how every guy is. Oh no. Oh, my sweet baby lizard, blue, child, reptile. I love him. Hi, my name's David Espinosa, singer-songwriter of the century, and I'm gay as shit. Jax, I'm not going to judge you. It's part of a reason why I asked you out. In a room full of people trying to be seen, you stood out the most to me. You sweet talker, you. I'm not your ex, and I don't think that's really a gender issue. I'm certainly not someone who only wants to get into your skimpy and very flattering briefs. I called you because I wanted to get to know you beyond your abilities to mix drinks and flirt. Believe me, I know. For one thing, he never visited me at work. For another, he'd never instigate anything he didn't already want to do. We sat and chatted for a short while, talking about our past and a little about our presents. Unfortunately, it wasn't long before the kitchen door swung open once more, Jack's coworker shuffling in and looking quite haggard. Jax, the girls out here are about to start a bar brawl, and if you don't come back out, they say that you're the only one who knows how to slice a mango with the sexy.
Great googly moogly, it's all gone to shit!
Why are sorority girls literally the worst? No, some of them are good. I'm friends with a few of them, but like in a group, ooh, honey. Both of us snickered before turning back to each other. Give me a second to clean up. Tell them I'm grabbing all the melons they could want. The bartender nodded and smiled in relief before heading back out into the main room. The two of us took the time to clean up and chat a little bit more. Once we finished with the dishes, Jax turned to me with a resigned smile. Well, it seems my public awaits. Sorry to cut the date so short, the downside of being a working stiff these days. It's alright, not like the ample free time from unemployment is doing me much good. I'm glad we got some more time together. It's flattering, really, considering how in demand you seem to be. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'm a total attention whore. I couldn't help but chuckle. It was comforting to see the confident, sharp-dressed guy who served me my first drink again. He always looked best in at his bluest. I expect a third date, you know. Maybe a 3.5 date, considering that this one wasn't nearly as much fun as our first. I'll try to make it a little more interesting than the back of a kitchen at your work. Next time I'll bring muffins and fireworks. Just know that's setting the bar pretty high. He winked at me and took a step back as if to leave. He could feel the pull, the attraction of the moment that lingered between us, like there was more to say or do. Maybe it was just me wanting more time with him. This is the second date, so, I'm going to allow it. The second date. It takes at least 3 dates to, actually, get into the... You know? You know? Before he could walk away, I placed a hand gently on his shoulder. Once he turned, I leaned in close and pressed my lips firmly against his. He immediately melted into the kiss. His eyes fluttered shut as he pressed his body close to mine. The two of us held that moment for as long as we could, tongues touching and our hands clutched each other tightly. We went in deep, bitch. Reluctantly, I pulled away and stroked his cheek softly. Where the fuck is my mouse? There it is. You can expect better than that on our next date. Wow. I didn't think I could look forward to it more than I already did. Okay, that's one thing that I wish that I was able to do because, nah. He coughed lightly and adjusted himself, his skimpy briefs a tight. He kissed me gently on the cheek and strode back out into the club. Good night, handsome. I hate myself. Oh my god. Standing there, pulse pounding and in the darkened kitchen, I felt more comfortable and confident than I had in a while. I ducked out the back door to avoid the crowds and made my way back into the car. Now I knew the feeling was mutual and that third date was going to be something monumental. At least, that was my intention. Now I just had to deal with Kobe badgering me for more details. It was kind of fun being the one with something to talk about instead of him, and the story of a kiss like that one had to be shared. Okay, cool. We love Jax in this household. Jax is literally me. Comment if I should cosplay him or not, because bitch, I'm thinking about it because he's literally me. So yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you had a fun time. My name is Veed. Make sure to hit that like and comment, subscribe, all that. Help a fellow YouTuber out. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.